Glasses in session, and let's kick things off with a little off the glass. We have the NBA draft tomorrow night, and no surprise, the heavy favorite to be the number one overall pick to the Dallas Mavericks is going to be Cooper Flagg at minus 10,000. Cooper Flagg is going to be number one overall. There's really not much more that needs to be said. Probably as big of a lock after Cooper at number one is going to be Dylan Harper. The guard out of Rutgers is going to go to the San Antonio Spurs at number two. He is also minus 10,000. So first two picks pretty much locked into stone. We kind of know what's going to end up happening. After that, number three is where it gets interesting with the Philadelphia 76ers. Now, VJ Edgecombe out of Baylor, the heavy favorite to go number three. He's minus 275. I think there are some other options that Philly could potentially go with. I could see them maybe going Trey Johnson. I could see them maybe going with Con Knipple. Maybe they reach and take an Ace Bailey or Kawan Malawach. Obviously, Embiid just hasn't been able to stay healthy. So maybe they get, a guy out of Duke and Malawach who's an unbelievable athlete as a 7-footer. Try to replace Embiid a little bit. Try and find his replacement in case he's trying to miss more games. I think they end up going with VJ Edgecombe, though. The Paul George, obviously in year one, the experiment did not work. We'll see what year two has in store, but they're looking for that third guy to go along with Tyrese Maxey and Joel Embiid, hoping that he stays healthy. I think Edgecombe's going three, so really no bet to be made for me at plus money. Feels like the NBA draft this year starts at pick number 4, and what's going to happen with the Charlotte Hornets. They can go in a lot of different directions. Feels like Charlotte's always picking in the top 5. They haven't been able to land that superstar yet to really just catapult their franchise. They've had some nice draft picks here in recent years. Brandon Miller was a nice pick for them. LaMelo Ball was a nice pick for them. This is an important year where they got to get it right. And drafting at 4, they're put in a tough spot where they could go a lot of different ways, and they're hoping that they can hit. I think they're going to go with Trey Johnson out of Texas at plus 425. He is to go number 4 overall. Trey Johnson's a really good scorer. He's good in the mid-range. He's a great three-point shooter. He can drive to the basket and draw fouls. He's not a great defender, but I think Charlotte is looking for more scoring to go along with Brandon Miller, so I think they go with Trey Johnson at number 4. Then you got the Utah Jazz at number 5. I think they're going to take Con Knipple out of Duke at plus 350. Knipple's awesome, man. I mean, we talked about those Duke freshmen all year. Obviously, Cooper Flagg got a ton of hype. Malawach is terrific. But Con Knipple is just steady Eddie. He's kind of that like Kyle Singler ilk where he just does all the dirty work. He averages a very quiet 15 points per game. He's a really good defender, and he's just a 3-level scorer. He can get to the rim. He's good in the mid-range. He's a good 3-point shooter. I think that's the kind of player that Utah's looking for, so I'll take Knipple plus 350 to go number 5 overall. One of my favorite bets of the NBA draft is to take Ace Bailey to go number 6 to the Washington Wizards at plus 220. Been a lot of talk about Ace Bailey. When he was entering his freshman year at Rutgers, we were talking about him being in the conversation to be a top 3 pick along with Cooper Flagg and Dylan Harper. This draft process, his agent and his agency hasn't really done all that great by him. From what we've been hearing, like a lot of his draft interviews and workouts haven't been all that great. And they kind of want Ace to go to a place where he's going to fill in right away and kind of be one of the main scorers and main focal points. And certainly he will be that in Washington. And also the makeup of an Ace Bailey, like him being 6'10", elite athletic ability, good jump shot. Like those are the kind of players, those high ceilings that the Wizards are looking for. I think Ace makes a lot of sense if he's there at number 6, so I'll take him plus 220. I would bet that at number 6. New Orleans, I think, is going to go with Malawach at plus 350. I think they take the best player on the board, and I think that's him at plus 350. New Orleans could go in a lot of different directions. Obviously, they're not going anywhere unless Zion finally gets healthy and he plays a full season for the Pelicans. But I think Malawach makes sense for them, so I'd look at him number 7. Jeremiah Fears, I think, is going to go to Brooklyn at number 8. He is plus 450. The point guard out of Oklahoma. Fears is a good player, man. He's got elite handle. He's a great scorer. And Brooklyn, again, they kind of need help everywhere. I think they probably go best available. They're always looking for these guys that can get buckets for them. They went after Cam Thomas from LSU a few years ago, so I'd look at Jeremiah Fears at number 8. One of my favorite guys in the draft, I think, is going to go to Toronto, and he's 15-1 to be the number 9 overall pick, and that's Igor Demin out of BYU. He's a 6'8 point guard, and he kind of does it all. And you think about the makeup of the Raptors and the players that they like to go after, right? The Scotty Barnes, the Kawhi Leonards, the RJ Barretts, kind of these big guards, these 6'8", 6'9 guards that can handle, that can shoot. That's what Demin does. They're always looking for versatile players. I think 15-1, Igor Demin going to Toronto. I like that at number 9. And then Derek Queen going to number 10 for the Houston Rockets. Kind of like an Alperen Şengün type player. Obviously, they just made the trade for KD. They got rid of Jalen Green. They got rid of Dylan Brooks. They need another guy with size, another guy that can defend, can rebound. I think they love having forwards that can handle the ball like Şengün, like Durant, and Derek Queen's another one of those guys. So D Queen of the Rockets at plus 450. And then some other bets that I would look at. I told you guys I love Demin in this draft. There's a BetMGM special. First player to be drafted, Demin or Yakachunas out of Illinois. I would look at Demin. He's plus 165. And then also Demin's over-under draft position, under 14.5, is minus 135. I'm high on Demin. We'll see if these NBA teams are, but 6'8 point guard that can handle the ball, that can shoot the three, that can drive to the rim. I mean, the modern day NBA, like, he's the kind of player that people are looking for. So there's some of these markets where you can get good value on him where I would take a look.